Hello, hello.
Hello, good morning or good afternoon.
Good afternoon for me. Is it good morning for you?
Yes, please. I'm in Barbados. It's 8 in the morning.
Yeah, I saw in your message you're in Barbados. And
Yeah,
you're teaching, you said, yeah? Teaching in Barbados.
yeah, I teach Chinese here.
Okay, nice. How long have you been in Barbados?
It's 1 year. I will arrive here at the end of January.
Hmm? And how did you so in so you were living in China teaching Chinese. How did you decide to move to Barbados? It's quite an unusual decision. What made you think about this?
You mean why I came here?
Yeah. Like, what's the story? Why did you decide to move to Barbados and teach Chinese?
It's a long, long story.
Hmm?
Do you know the Confucius Institute?
No, I've not heard of this.
Okay, so it's an institute that help people learn Chinese, and
Hmm?
is usually co-founded by two universities. One is in the China, one is in the overseas. For
Hmm?
example, I teach it here. The Confucius is co-founded by uh, China University of uh, s- Politics and Science, Politics and Law Science, and the local university is the West Indies
Hmm?
University, Cape Hill campus. And last year, I noticed that there are so many Confucius Institutes hire the teachers, so I applied, and I got an offer of the Mongolia and
Hmm?
Azerbaijan and Ukraine, I think. But most of the country they don't speak English, and I don't speak Mongolian language. I don't speak Russian or something. And Barbados they teach English, so I choose Barbados.
Nice. So, what area of are you from the north of China or the south of China?
Me,
Mm,
southeast, sorry, southwest of China.
mm. So, b- so how did you find the weather moving to Barbados? Was it very difficult, the hot, humid weather, or how did you find the moving to Barbados?
Actually, I'm a person. I mean, I like hot weather. I don't like
Mm,
the cold weather, so I really enjoy here. It's always warm.
mm. Always warm, always sunny. And in Barbados, they have a dry season and a wet season. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, and these days is a raining season. It's a wet season. It's
Mm,
raining every day, but not all the time. Maybe just 10 minutes, half an hour, and then
mm,
it's sunny again.
yeah, yeah. And the rain is always in the afternoon, or when does it normally rain for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's afternoon and in the night, at night.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is usually usually when in the rainy seasons. I used to live in tropical places, and yeah, in the afternoon or in the evening, you have a lot of rain for
Uh,
10-20 minutes, and then it's normal again. Yeah, I
uh,
quite like it. Mm.
where have you been? You mean the tropic place?
Yeah, well, I used to live in Vietnam, but I've spent time in Indonesia, Malaysia, and where I lived in Australia, in the north of Australia, this was tropical. So you had the dry season and the wet season.
Mhm.
Yeah, I quite liked it. Okay, nice. So how long have you been using Cambly?
This is the third week.
Mm? So why did you decide? So you're in Barbados teaching Chinese. Why did you decide to start using Cambly? What made you want to do this?
Uh, so most of my students they are beginners, so I have to use English to
Mm?
teach them. So I think if my English is better, so it would help my teaching. And one of my friends, LJ, I don't know if you remember him. He he
Mm.
he met him in Barbados, and we are friends now. He recommended me that Cambly is a good website to learn English.
So your friend was from China and also in Barbados?
Yes, please. And we are from the same province in China, Sichuan province.
I can't remember. What did I teach him a long time ago? Or I have a small memory maybe, but yeah, I can't really remember, to be honest. Okay.
Because you have so many students.
Yeah, but because this is so unusual, I think I would remember, but yeah, I don't remember. Maybe a long time ago, maybe 6 months ago, I can remember something like this. Maybe. Okay, nice. So, what do you usually like to do during your lessons? And do you like just free conversation, or do you want to use this technology IELTS lesson? What do you usually like to do?
Some teacher they would like teach me by the PowerPoints, and some teacher just like the free talk. I think both okay for me.
Okay, nice. Okay, so maybe it's our first lesson, so we can have some free talk. So,
Yeah.
what are the when you move to a new country, there's advantages, disadvantages, things that are easy, things that are difficult. Can you tell me some of your experiences of moving to Barbados?
Yeah. Barbados is so different from my hometown, from China, and here people would greet with each other. They would say hi, morning, and in my hometown, it's not usual. Because China has a large population. If you say hi to every stranger, you would be tired. And the Barbados, the weather I like it very much. So it's always warm, and in my hometown now it's like 10 degrees Celsius. So it's autumn, and it's going to the winter. But I don't like winter. And so this is the people, the climate, and the food. Actually, I don't really enjoy food here. Some dishes I like, but most of this I don't like. Because my hometown, Sichuan province, is famous for the food in China. So that's the biggest difficult for me. So I have to cook by myself.
Um, um, is there a big Chinese population there, or is it
Yeah,
what?
it's kind of big. For the territory, I forgot the word. So it's the fifth biggest uh, province in China, and the population is almost uh, 80 million. 80 million.
No, I'm talking in Barbados. Sorry, in Barbados, are there many Chinese people?
I'm sorry. You mean how many Chinese people in Barbados?
Yeah, is there like a Chinese community with Chinese supermarkets and these type of things?
No, no, no. There
No.
are two Chinese supermarket,
Okay.
but yeah, and the people I think is almost 200 Chinese people here.
Mm. Mm.
So
Okay,
it's
nice. So,
small.
but so you said you don't like the so you can buy and you said you cook, so you can buy your ingredients to your Chinese ingredients. Can you buy most of the ingredients you need to cook, or is it difficult to buy your ingredients?
It's difficult to buy. It's difficult to buy. I mean, there are two Chinese supermarket, but actually they don't sell the Chinese food.
Mm.
Maybe
Okay.
some soy sauce or rice or
Mm.
some powder or something, but not the vegetables.
Okay. So you're missing your ingredients.
Yeah, so much.
Mm. Do you get your friends, your family to send you something?
It's very difficult.
Mm.
And for the you mean the delivery?
Hmm?
You mean the delivery?
Yeah, delivery. Yeah, if they can send you like
It
delivery.
is very, very expensive. Like if you
Mm.
wanna send something, like just some paper or materials, it's like cost several hundred RMB. So it's like
Mm.
100 pound. And your currency English?
Pound. You can use dollars if you want. I don't mind. Yes.
Okay, so it's like 100.
Mm. Okay, nice. Have you returned to China since you have been there? Have you been on holiday to home?
Not really. My contract is 1 year.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I'm going to leave Barbados like January next year.
Would you like to, if possible, would you like to stay longer in Barbados or you want to return home?
Yes, please. I wanna stay here longer.
Mm.
First, I really enjoy life here, and the
Mm.
teaching is great. The students, they are very cute and they are active. They
Mm.
concentrate on the Chinese class. So for the job, it's great here. And
Mm.
there's how to say is what's important is that if I want actually I'm a volunteer here. I'm not a real
Mm.
teacher because I'm a master student. I'm going to graduate next year. So there's a big problem is that if I want to be a real teacher after graduate. So it's better to have a 2 year experience teaching Chinese overseas. So if I stay here 1 more year, so
Mm.
I can become a real teacher.
Okay, nice, perfect. Yeah, good. Yeah, I think, yeah, Barbados. I think it'll be quite exciting to live in Barbados for a few years,
Yeah.
because yeah, very different place for me and for you to go and live than my typical country. Okay,
There
nice.
are too many tourists from UK.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Do the local people, do they have very strong accents, very strong English accents?
Yes, please. And that's another difficult for me. So when I just
Mm-hmm.
came here, I thought, Mom, did I learn English? Why I can't understand what they said? For example, they say three, 1, 2, 3. They say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean,
Mm.
what is tree? Tree is the plant.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. And I think they use some different vocabulary also. Is that correct?
Vocabulary, yes, I can tell now. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, because they have the dialect,
Mm.
kind of like English and their language from Africa.
Yeah, Africa. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think many of these, these islands in the Caribbean, they have
Yeah,
strong accents,
yeah,
different vocabulary from their dialects. Yeah, they can be, for me, as an English first language speaker, it's like, what are you saying, you crazy man? Yeah, it's very difficult to because their music, the thing, usually when I hear Barbados and Caribbean people, it's through music, and you're listening to their music, and you just cannot understand what they are
mm-hmm.
saying. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very difficult to understand what they are saying. Mm.
I can enjoy the song, the music, and the rhyme,
Mm.
but I can't really understand the lyrics. Sometimes I ask my colleague, the local teacher here. I mean, what does he sing? My colleague said, I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
Because what I understand in Barbados, they're very friendly, they're very physical, like hugging, and they're very close body contact. Is this quite difficult? How they're quite physical, physically hugging and kissing? Is this something that was strange for you, or not so much?
Uh, And actually, yeah, they are friendly, but I don't see the people like hug or kiss. I
Okay,
don't see
okay,
that very often.
okay.
Not really.
Because I live in Spain, and in Spain they're very, during COVID, no, but in other times they're very physical. When they meet each other, they're very
No,
physical. So for some people, especially from maybe Japan or Korea or China, they're kind of, why are
no.
they touching each other? Why are they so close? So this can be quite difficult. You know, it,
But in
but over
Barbados,
time. Mm,
it's not like Spanish, I think.
mm. So they're not so close,
Yeah.
like the Europeans.
Mm,
Okay, I thought maybe they were, but I've never been. Okay,
mm, not really.
so your friend who I taught before, is he still in Barbados or has he returned home?
Mm, he arrived here last year. He worked at a construction company, and
Mm.
actually, he can have a holiday, but the work is so heavy, and his director didn't agree him come back China to have a holiday, and maybe he would come to back China next year.
Mm. Okay, nice. Um, if you could, when your contract finished after 1 year, would you, if you can't stay there, would you go to another country to teach? Where would you like to go if you could go to another country to teach for 1 year?
Mm, I'm gonna go to Africa or Europe,
Hmm.
and it's also very different from China. Uh, but some of my classmates, they went to like Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia. But I think that's very close to China, so I wanna go a place far away from China to experience
Mm.
very different culture. And Africa and Europe, I think both okay.
Mm. It because China's China's economy is so big, and every country trades with China. Is there lots of opportunities to teach Chinese around the world?
Actually, not really, not
Okay.
really. Uh, English is the international
Mm.
language, but yeah, some people they wanna learn Chinese. Maybe they wanna do business with Chinese, but not as common as we think. And
Mm.
in China, there are so many like English teaching training companies, something, and the people. It's easy for English speaker to find a job in China, but in overseas, there are less Chinese teaching training for us to find a job, and
Mm.
you need to know the local language, and you need to like uh, if you want to go to US to teach Chinese, that's very difficult. You want to have the certificate in US, and they don't think you have if you teach in China, they don't think that experience would help you teach Chinese
Mm.
in US, so they don't recognize that. So it's very
Mm.
difficult for us.
Mm. Yeah, and I think in countries like China and the UK, there's many Chinese people living in the UK and China already, so they don't need someone like yourself, because there's realities of possible teachers already. So maybe this makes it more difficult also. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. Nice. So, what do you do? What do you do with your free time? So, when you're not teaching, what do you like to do? How do you spend your time in Barbados?
So when I finish the work, this semester I usually finish the work at 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
So if I finish work earlier, I have to go to the beach to
Mm-hmm.
go swim. I really enjoy the sunset, the beach, and the swim here. And when I come home, I usually maybe spend 1 hour to relax. I will lay down on the bed and maybe just watch some video and just take a nap and then get up to cook. So I have to cook because the food in the school in the cafe in the school is very expensive, very expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the free time I have to cook. I usually go to beach. On the weekend, maybe I would just take a bus, go somewhere, yeah, to spend a relaxing day.
And the local people are always friendly?
I think so. I think so. Actually, there are more and more bad things happen here, like gun shoot. But the people I met, they are very friendly, I think.
Yeah, but these gun crimes, it's usually gangs against gangs rather than tourists or
Mm,
people. Is that
I
true?
think it's just like to gun.
Like, yeah,
They
like
have
two people fighting. Yes, two people fighting each other with guns.
yeah, with guns. I mean, a group.
Like a gang. Yeah, a gang.
Yeah. Maybe like here the weeds is illegal, but most of people they would like how to say to
Smoke. They
yeah
take it. They smoke it.
yeah they smoke the weeds sorry
Mm.
weeds. And some people sell it. So maybe I sell here this region. I sell it. That place you sell it. But if you come my place to sell the weeds, no, I will shoot you.
They have their area. Yeah, each gang
Yeah.
have their area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, this is not a problem because you're not in the gangs. Yeah. So it's okay
Yeah,
for you.
and I usually stay at home.
Own
And
area.
every time the gunshot happened, in
Mm.
the like in the Instagram, the Barbados news, people people would like give comment like, oh, what happened in Barbados? 2 years ago, Barbados is not like this.
Have their own area. Yeah. So we could say each gang. That a group is a gang. So each gang has their own area, their own territory. Yeah, they have their own territory.
That's right.
Yeah, I think this is the problem. Yeah. So
Is that
generally, tell me.
is that a problem in UK?
In the UK, yeah, I think so. I think um, in most European cities, there's drugs, and because of this, there is territory. So one person has this area, one person has this area, and maybe they want to make their area bigger, so they take their area, and yeah, there are problems. But normal people, they never see this, they never know about this, but this happens. Definitely this happens. But you hear about gun shootings and other crime, but it's related to this, but you don't really see it or know about it, and it does not affect you because they're not shooting you, they're shooting other gang members. Yeah, this
In
is
China,
yeah, tell me.
we usually heard the news, the gunshot from US. We don't
Mm.
usually heard the news from UK. Is that a big problem in UK, the gunshot, gun
Um,
crime?
Not so much because in America you can go to a shop and buy a gun. Where in America, in the UK, guns are guns are mainly illegal, so it's a lot more difficult to get guns. It's possible if you pay money, you can buy anything in the world. You can buy guns. There are guns in the UK, but it's not like America. I think in America there are more guns than people.
Yeah, that's
So I
right.
think there's maybe 300 million people, but there's 350 million guns.
Yeah.
So there's enough guns in America for everybody to have a gun. So it's just a lot of guns in America.
Mhm.
But the UK, there's a small number, but yeah, there are guns, unfortunately. And in London, they're having some big problems now, but it's not with guns, it's with knives. So
Nice.
lots of gangs have knives. So yeah, but again, I think many, in China, you will have a similar problem. In any country,
I
there is
think
a
so.
similar problem,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. So we talked about so what sort of apartment do you live in, or do you share an apartment? Where do you live?
I live in a one-bedroom apartment. So I live alone here.
Nice. Okay, that's good. So you
And
can
next
cook your own.
yeah, I can cook for myself. So if I stay here longer, maybe I would share apartment with another volunteers.
So what? Because it's cheaper, or why would you prefer to share your apartment?
Yeah, it's cheaper, but the university they pay the rent for us. So and next year there are 2 more volunteers coming here. So the university they wanna us share a apartment.
Okay. I was just looking at the map now.
Yeah,
Barbados is very small. Yes.
yeah, it's quite small, very small.
Yeah. I can see.
It's
Yeah, the
only
map.
163 uh, the mile.
Miles.
This
Okay, miles.
mile, right? It's 460 kilometers square.
Yeah, very, very small.
Very small.
Yeah. So it's. Do you like that it's a small rural place and not a busy city? Do you enjoy living in a small island?
I enjoy here actually, but I wanna experience some big modern city life. I can stay here 1 month, and I wanna experience the big city 1 month, and then back to the small town, and then go to a big city.
And do you live in the main city in Bridgetown, or where do you live?
There are only 4 big towns in the Barbados, and the Bridgetown is the capital, the biggest city. And I live maybe, and it's not very far from the Bridgetown. It's maybe 4 kilometers.
So you can just take the bus around the island. It's quite easy to travel by bus.
Yeah, it's quite easy.
Okay, nice, perfect. Yeah, nice. Okay, nice. So, what is it about the food that you don't like?
Oh, it's always sweet. It's very sweet for China, for
Mm,
Chinese. And
mm.
there's a saying in Chinese, the best dessert for Chinese is the food that is not sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't like sweet. We don't like sweet.
But is Barbados food? Do they use? When I think of Barbados, I think of lots of spice, lots of chili. Is it quite a lot of chili when?
Mm, some of the dishes they have a chili, but most no.
And
So
they're a little bit sweet also.
it's very sweet and a lot of
Yeah.
sauce. Lot of sauce.
Yeah, it's sweet, sweet. Yeah, I don't like this. No,
Yeah,
I like strong flavor, but if it's sweet, yeah, this is not what I enjoy.
it's okay for the American.
So, with tourists? What are the most popular tourists? Is it American tourists you see a lot? Who do you see?
No, actually it's UK. Yeah,
Okay,
actually it's
UK
UK.
tourists.
Yeah, the biggest tourist country is UK, and then Canada, and then US.
Very strange. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I would have thought American was first.
I thought it would be the American, but actually it's the UK. They have a website, the tourist website, and the first is UK. Maybe because UK and the Barbados, they have the relationship before.
Yeah, they have a history together. Perfect. Goodbye.
Okay,
Thank
thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.